Hey Ling, I am just checking in. I have a few things that I want to go over with you that I haven't been able to go over with you yet. And so the schedule for this announcement is going to be talking about the Albright paragraph that you wrote, talking about updates I made to the AP Lang seminar classroom, the enrichment classroom, and then where we're going over the next couple weeks. So first of all, your Albright paragraphs that you turned in on Monday are now scored. First of all, I gave you 20 out of 20 if you submitted the paragraph. So those points are near completion. And then everybody that submitted a paragraph got specific feedback. So make sure you take a look at the feedback I gave you. Some of it could be applicable right away. Some of it is saying stay tuned for next week and pay special attention to the lessons because they're going to help you improve. I do not expect you to make revisions to these paragraphs. I expect you to take this feedback and apply it to the next assignment. So good job. There are definitely, we regressed a little bit with certain things, but I'm not surprised whatsoever. We're stretching these rhetorical analysis muscles again, so don't be discouraged. We'll get better quicker than we did the last time. All right, so that's the first thing. We will be going over the Albright prompt and more detailed feedback next week. We're going to start off with that and then have a couple of lessons to help you analyze repetition in a better way. And we're going to use some other prompts, and there'll be a little assignment attached to that. So more to come on the Albright paragraphs if you want more help. Next, for the AP Lang seminar classroom, I just want to give you a tour of what I see and how I'm using this. I'm aware that I'm still not doing this in the most efficient way, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what works the best for everybody. So, for instance, things like posting work as assignments has proven helpful for some students because then it pops up in their feed. But then if you're not really submitting anything, it makes it look like you're missing something. So then that becomes confusing for other students. So I'm doing my best. If you have feedback, send me an email. Make sure it's constructive. All right, so if I have something that I really want you to see and I really want you to notice right away, I'm posting it on the stream. That's where like announcements are going or things that could help you with the day's assignment. Or yesterday, for instance, I posted these daily quarantine questions, which I thought were really helpful. Take them or leave them. The classwork tab is where you're finding all of the assignments. So again, the lessons are going to be laid out by week, and that's where you're going to find the assignment for the day. The other thing that has been added are some rhetorical analysis resources. So writing a rhetorical analysis paragraph, strong verbs to help your analysis and commentary be more sophisticated, the Space Cat cards and the rhetorical choices cards, which were requested by some students because you're no longer in the AP Lang classroom, so you don't have those posters all over the walls, but you could access those things here and even be super cool and put them up on your walls if you want. I have little pieces of my classroom here. I brought in my bulletin board with all the fun things that you all have given me over the past few months, including like the little Harry Potter keychain and notes and drawings and things from years past and other students. So make your space work for you. Virtual learning resources are here. Office hour link, the one where you just pop in, which people have been doing, which has been really fun. And then if you want to sign up for an appointment, for instance, maybe to talk about that rhetorical analysis paragraph, you can sign up using this link. Self-care resources I'm going to post here, things that are helping me just reduce anxiety and survive this quarantine. So that's how our classroom page works out. Next, yesterday, I sent out an email to all of my Try2 students and their parents or guardians. If you had Mr. Johnson or Miss Pinkham last try, then you got it from them. It's the same email. And that email went over exam details for parents and then also gave you the code to sign up for the AP Lang Enrichment Google Classroom. This is really important for you to do. Some of it will be review, some things we're addressing in detail in the class itself, but this is where you're going to find practice prompts, which I think is the most important thing that I want to show you here. So these practice prompts are a long list of prompts ranging from 2006 2007, I think, is the earliest one, to 2017 being the most recent one. Some of them you've seen before, some of them you haven't, but you're able to use these prompts and do some timed writing on your own, which would be really good for you. Once we give you the AP Classroom code and we start introducing you to the system where you'll actually be taking your exam, it might be helpful for you to get familiar with that system and start setting up your strategies to perform well in the time setting in a digital setting. So if you want to wait to do these practice prompts until you're more familiar with what the test is going to look like and what you're going to have to do on that day, feel free. If you want to start writing them now, feel free. And you write the prompts and you write them on a Google Doc, and then you submit them, and a teacher will score them for you, and we'll do writing conferences. There's also slides in here. All the rhetorical analysis slides have been posted into one slideshow, and then there's all of the slides from the entire 12 weeks of Tri-A, which was focused on rhetorical analysis. The resources are also here, and then the Tri-A readings are also posted here, so all the readings that we did together, if you want to look at those. Everybody's going to review and do this at their own pace, but we want to make sure you have all the materials that you need. So all of that is here. Okay. Next up, just looking ahead, don't forget that we have Friday off this week. So tomorrow is the last day of the week. And the assignment is going to be doing another rhetorical analysis paragraph. So make sure you look at my feedback on the Albright paragraphs before you do that. Next week, I've got to fill this in, but to give you an idea, Monday and Tuesday are going to be Albright paragraph feedback with some lessons on repetition using Emma Watson's speech to the UN and Churchill's speech for World War II, one of his speeches. Wednesday through Friday, we're going to dive deeper into sophistication using a new prompt that you haven't seen before, and you'll be writing a paragraph on that prompt. With like just a little bit less support, like we'll break it down a little bit less and it'll require you to do a little bit more on your own. So that's what's coming up. I think those are all my updates. And yeah, I hope you're doing well. Send me emails or jump into Google Meet in the mornings from 9 to 11 and talk to me. I'd love to talk to you. And keep taking care of yourself and taking breaks and practicing self-care.